Hi, welcome. My name's Joy, and I'm going to take you through a gentle yoga practice. We're going to be just going as gentle as you need to. That's the main thing. So listening to your body as we go through a practice together, and just stopping at any point if you feel like anything hurts or it's not right for you. I'll be giving some modifications, but sometimes it's just, obviously because it's a video, it's hard to interact with you. Well, I can't interact with you. So yeah, just really listen to your body. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. This is Sukhasana, which is the cross-legged position. And you can also come into the wider cross-legged position if you'd like, or into kneeling. That's fine, anything like that. And there's also some props. So I've got props from the yoga studio. This is the Angel Hall, my yoga studio. But it doesn't matter what you've got. So it might be cushions, blankets, books, anything like that. So you can, another rolled up yoga mat maybe for a bolster, like things like that. So it's not necessary to have them. So I'm going to use a blanket and pop it underneath my sit bones. So it just kind of tilts my pelvis forward a little bit while I'm sitting in Sukhasana, comfortable seat. Okay, so let's start. We'll start together in a kind of a little bit of meditation centering. So we'll start focusing on the breath with your eyes closed. And notice how when you inhale, you're feeling the energy rise, and when you exhale, feeling the energy go back down to your base. So rising from the base up to the crown on the inhale, and then lowering from the crown to the base on the exhale. And with that, we can gently feel a lengthening running through the spine, from your sit bones right through the spine up to the crown of the head, lengthening on the inhale. And on the exhale, and just soften gently. So we're softening the shoulders and the face muscles, softening the arms. There's that gentle guiding up. You can imagine a golden thread, if you wish, from the crown, so lifting you gently upwards. And exhaling, relaxation of all the muscles that are not needed right now. We might be slightly engaging your tummy muscles, holding you upright, and your back muscles, but softening any area that is not engaged, so any area of the muscles that are not engaged right now. And then let's bring the hands to the heart center, so to your chest, in Namaste, so palms together. You can gently open your eyes. Hello. And then lifting up, reaching up, inhaling, and then exhale. Bring the hands down behind you, and then inhaling, opening up the chest. So I'm actually holding my my hands together. Exhale, then inhale up, stretching up. Exhale, and clasping the hands. Inhaling, opening up the chest. Just clasp as close as you can, but it really doesn't have to be that you're touching the palms together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale on the movement. So every time we're moving, we're exhaling. Inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale. And then inhale, stretching up, and we're going to go over to the side. So I'm going over to my left side. That's stretching up my right side of my body. Exhale over. Inhale, and then exhale over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Inhale. Exhaling over, really breathing into the stretch. So when you're breathing out, you're really allowing your side muscles to relax. The breath helps relax the muscles. Inhale up and exhale over. Okay, we're going to come into a twist. So inhaling up, and then we're going to move over into a twist. So your right hand is on your left knee and your left hand is behind. Exhaling over. Take a breath in to lengthen. And then exhale a little bit more into the twist. So we're doing 2 breaths while we're here. Inhale up and then exhale. So one of the breaths is moving into the posture and the other one is while we're in the posture. Inhale up. And exhale a little bit more over into the twist. Inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale, breathing. And then exhale over. Inhale. Exhale a little bit more into the twist. Take a breath in and up. And exhaling over to the side. Taking a breath in, lengthening. Exhale a little bit more into the twist. Inhale up, and now we're going to come forward. So bringing yourself gently forward. Exhale forward. So it might be that you're still up here, and that's totally fine. Or it might be that you're coming down onto your forearms or even further down. So just see how it is for you. And it might be different each day as well. So taking lovely deep breaths. When you inhale, you're lengthening through the crown. And when you exhale, you're softening a little bit more into the forward fold. So you might be feeling it in the muscles that come from your lumbar spine right down to your hips. So it can be a lovely stretch. And then on exhale, begin to move yourself back up. And we'll change the cross of the legs, but first let's put our knees up and then rock gently from side to side. Having a little rock out. And then placing the feet the legs the other way. So I have my right one in front the first time because that's my natural comfortable seat. And then now I'm going to put my left in front. I'm going to lift up, inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. It might feel quite different. It depends on your hips. Quite a lot of us have like slightly wonky bodies, so we'll have like it'll feel quite different. And just coming as far forward as you feel like you can come. It might be just up here, remember? It doesn't have to be folding right the way forward. Just do what feels good for you. And remembering the inhale, lengthening through the crown, exhale, softening. And then gently bringing yourself back up on an exhale. And coming back to seated. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, so let's do shoulders. So lifting up the shoulders and let them just move down. So it's really like let them drop. So good to take time on the shoulders because it's an area that most of us get tension, whether it's from sitting at computer desks or just general stresses of life, actually. We're kind of feeling that weight of the world on our shoulders, so you can really let that go right now. So giving yourself a bit of your shoulders a bit of attention. And then lifting up towards the ears and then rotating forward. So nice long shoulder rotations. Lovely. And then backwards the other way. Oh, feels so good. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, you can just like forget about your shoulders. Okay. Then giving your hands a bit of a shake out. And then up. A bit of a shimmy. Oh, over to the side, you can do a bit of a shimmy here. So giving yourself a bit of a waggle of your shoulders, but in your hands at the same time. So to see what how flexible or how much movement you have in your body. Give yourself a bit of a shake out. There we are, good. And then flick. Good. Okay. Great. That's a nice warm up of the arms. Okay, so let's go over into our coming forward into cat. So this is the tabletop. We'll come onto all fours. So I'm just going to place my blanket there because I'll be needing it later. So if you find your way onto all fours with your knees underneath your hips and your hands are placed under, nice and strong, are placed under your shoulders. So this is a lovely steady all fours position. So your spine runs from the base here, from your coccyx and your sacrum, and then running up through your neck, your cervical spine, and then you can feel the energy continue through the crown of the head. So your neck is an extension of the spine, it's not dropping down or lifting up. You can engage your tummy muscles a little bit, and your pelvic floor, which in yoga gets called mula bandha. So the pelvic floor, your mula bandha, the root lock, so lifting up the perineum for men, or it's the inside the vagina for women. Okay, those muscles. Okay, let's start with moving any way that your body feels like it wants to move. So you can take any movement of the spine that is how you're wanting to move today. So it will be different every day, obviously. So just really feeling into any areas that are feeling maybe a little bit stuck or a little bit painful or anything like that. So just, or any like stiffness, you can just move into those areas and then really welcome them. So they're part of this is part of your amazing body that you're living with, that's kind of carrying you through this lifetime. So really enjoying the movements, even if some area is a little bit sore. You can just be kind to them, go a bit gently. And then there'll be some areas that are feeling really loose and lovely. So the only guideline really is that you keep your hands and your knees on the mat. Other than that, you can just move in any way that you want to move. You can take a little bit of time to strengthen your tummy muscles by lifting up your abdominal muscles as you move upwards maybe. So a little bit of strengthening happening as you move. And then we can start to bring the movements back to stillness. And let's bring in our traditional cat flexions and extensions. So inhaling, Majjarasana, the cat, so inhaling up. Exhaling, looking down between the knees, lifting up pelvic floor, abdominal muscles. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down between the knees, looking between the knees. Inhale, looking up, arching the back down towards the mat. Exhaling, arching the back up towards the ceiling. Remembering lifting up pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, and then Uddiyana Bandha, which is your tummy area. When you exhale, exhale, inhaling up and then exhale. And then bringing your cat back to stillness. Okay, so we can bring ourselves back into a child's posture. So if you move your bottom back to the heels, you're coming into child. And if you're feeling like that was quite sore on your wrists, you can give yourself a little bit of a rotation of the wrists and find yourself back on the mat in Balasana Child. At the moment, our knees are hip width apart. Now, if you're feeling sore, like some people, child is just amazing. So if you're loving child, you can stay in child for a little bit. But if it's actually difficult for you, it might be that your knees are just too tight. You're feeling like it's really hurting your knees. And sometimes putting a mat or a blanket between can just release a little bit. And so you can come back with a blanket between your knees. But if it's just uncomfortable, full stop, child might not be the right posture for you. So you can find just another way of kind of relaxing or find different variations that's right for your body. Stretching out the hands, so you're really letting yourself have a bit of a stretch of your body, and then moving the hands over to the right hand side so that you're actually coming into a side stretch. And then back to centre, and then over to the left side, having a side stretch. And then bring your arms back to centre, your hands back to centre. And we're going to lift up. We're still on the knees, and we're going to come down into puppy pose. So this one is a slight variation of the more traditional posture, where you're just coming down as far as you can. Now, it might be that you need, blanket under the knees, so you can make yourself comfortable in different ways. And you're just coming down. It's a bit of a back bend. So you're encouraging your chest down towards the mat. So imagining you're like a puppy who wants to play. Lifting up the tummy muscles, so you're giving yourself a bit of strength in that area. Lots of lovely deep breaths. So remembering your strong breath. It's when yoga we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then we can bring ourselves back up. Coming out of puppy pose. And then coming back into Balasana Child. So child is a really good position to be in for downward facing dog. So I'm just going to move forward a little bit on my mat so that I'm stretching out my hands, my arms, and I've got my hands lovely and wide, and I'm going to place the emphasis in my thumb and my forefinger, and my hands are about shoulder width apart. So then I'm going to lift up on my knees. So at the moment my knees are hip width apart. I'm going to turn around my toes, and then I'm coming up into a bit of a hover. So I'm strengthening my core muscles, my abdominal muscles, lifting up my pelvic floor. Take a couple of breaths, and then coming up into half downward dog. So downward dog is called Ardha Mukha Svanasana, and this is a half version of. So I'm encouraging my chest back towards my knees. And then we're going to lift up into an acute dog. So that's on tiptoes. It's coming right up on tiptoes. Chest back towards the knees, feeling really straight in your back as much as possible. There's a strength in your hands. Don't need to scrunch too much in the hands, just your thumb and forefinger supporting you. And then exhaling down into the full expression of downward facing dog. So to begin with, let's have a little walk out of downward dog. So that means you're heels can go down one at a time, so you just alternate your heels. So if you're still up here, that's great, because actually it's really quite strong. I mean, it's a lovely posture, but it's a strong posture. But if you need to come down, you can come down and take an upward cat, and then maybe adapt back into child if you want to, and then bring yourself back up into downward dog again. So just, you don't have to feel like you've got to stay up here. You know, you can take any time out you want to. And then we'll start to gently walk the feet towards the hands. So we're coming into Uttanasana. So this is forward fold, a standing forward fold called Uttanasana. Okay, so we're just relaxing the arms, lifting up through the arches of the feet. So we're really engaging the insides of the legs. And we'll just kind of bob here for a bit. What we're not doing is locking out the knees. So if we lock out the knees, we can overstretch this ligament behind here. So we're gently, just really giving it a little bit of a bend in the knees. And just hang down here for a tiny bit. Maybe take hold of your elbows. You can just swing, nod your head, shake your head. And then release. And then let's gently, gently roll up. As we come up slowly, lifting through the arches of the feet. Gently lifting up our toes, so we don't need to, we can keep them slightly relaxed away from the mat. And then your head will come up last, so going as slowly as you can. You can even go slower than I was just then. Bringing yourself up to standing. So this is mountain posture, Tadasana, which is standing. So I'm going to bring myself to the front, mountain posture. So with my feet in mountain posture, I've got the outside edges of my feet in line with the mat. My feet are hip width apart. So this is the way I tend to teach it. You have it hip width apart, and you're lifting up, again, as I keep saying, through the arches of the feet. So lifting up, and it creates a kind of strengthening all the way through the legs. Okay, and so we have this band of muscle around here. There's different muscles around here supporting us. So I call this the core. These are your core muscles supporting your organs and your spine, helping you from staying straight. Okay, so we're holding, it's a gentle holding of these core muscles around here, lifting up a little bit through the pelvic floor, your mula bandha, softening the shoulders and the face muscles, keeping your face muscle, your brow lovely and soft. That's great. So you might want to with your arms. Sometimes traditionally Tadasana is taught with your arms out like this and like an openness of the chest. But I tend to teach it just by the side, and then you can have a slight opening. So if you find that you're hunching forward, you can open just a little bit. Like this. And feeling that golden thread through the top of the head. That's always a good one. Feeling a lifting. And then we'll come into a really slight balance. So we're just coming onto our tiptoes. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. So exhaling on the movement, which is often how we do it in yoga. Well, that's how I teach it. And then exhale down. Sorry, inhale down. Exhale up. And then inhale down. Lovely. Okay, just really make a point. If you're feeling wobbly, you can pick a drishti, which is your eye gaze. So pick a point, a drishti point, and where you can focus your eye gaze. So something that isn't moving. And then relaxing down. So coming back into Tadasana. Okay, we're going to bring in some swinging and twisting. So this is a bit of a standing warm-up. So bring your feet further apart. It could be shoulder width or a little bit wider. And loosen the knees. So we're going to swing from side to side. You can bob the knees, which can help, so that we're not making sure we don't twist the knees or hurt the knees in any way. So you can give yourself a little pat. Like, it's just really nice to kind of like wake up your kidneys. Give yourself a nice little wake up. You can imagine you're carrying something or your hands are really heavy. So it's like one of those, I don't know if you remember one of those kind of dolls that or those drums, those little drums that you go like this with, and then you've got like a strings on either side with little balls that then create the noise. And a bit like that. Okay, and then reduce the movement. So just gently decreasing the movement, a little bit less, and then coming back to stillness. That's great. Okay, and so we're going to come into skier. So skier's got a fun one because you can really get the heart rate going. So you're back into Tadasana feet. So that means you're nice and your feet are in line with your hips, outside edges of the feet in line with the mat. And so we're going to lift up, inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale. It's quite nice to breathe out through your mouth at this point, actually. It can be like a lovely way of kind of decreasing the pressure. Remember to lift up through the arches of your feet so that your knees aren't collapsing together. And feeling the strength in your tummy muscles, so you're protecting your lower back. That's really important. Keeping your tummy muscles lovely and strong. And then lifting up, and we're going to come down into Utkatasana. So you stay the same way you are, but I'm just going to turn around so you can see this. So we're coming down to chair. I'm going to tilt my pelvis like this, holding my tummy muscles here. So I'm protecting my lower back. So my knees, again, are in line with my feet, and in line with my hips, and I'm looking straight ahead. So you can just pick an eye gaze. Your drishti is straight ahead. And hopefully this will all be lovely and strong and you won't be hurting at all in your lower back. Strong in your legs though, so lifting up and one more time going down. So you can come down quite a bit further if you want and feel the strong legs. Come on. Lovely strong legs. Okay, remember to tilt here, lifting your tummy muscles, abdominal muscles, engaging them nice and strong. And then lifting up again. And then bringing the hands down to Heart Center. And let's just take a moment. We've had quite a bit of exertion there with the prana, the chi. In yoga it's called prana, the life force energy. Really getting it going. Your metabolic rate, as they would say in Western medicine. Better metabolism going. And then relaxing your hands down. I'm going to straighten up my mat. And so now we're going to come into a standing. So we're just going to do, basically, we'll do one or two. We'll do two standing postures. So we're going to come into Trikonasana, so triangle. It's just a lovely one. So I love doing this one. So it's on my face. So basically, we're going to, you bring your feet about a metre, or a metre for me. So it might be more for you because you're probably taller than me. I'm 5 foot. So you can turn your right foot towards the top of the mat, and your back foot, your left foot is just clipped in a little bit, about 15 degrees. So your heel is in line with your arch of your left foot. So the right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot. You can lift up your toes so that you're not scrunching them in the mat. You can just gently place them down so that they're not at all tense. So they just keep them nice and soft. And to begin with, we can bend our knee. So it's a lovely way to come in is to bend the knee first. It will be straightened, that knee. So holding your arms parallel to the floor. And then I just begin to reach. So I'm feeling that reaching. The right hand is like it's being slightly pulled. And then I'm going to straighten my leg as I come down. So now my leg is completely straight. So you have your leg straight, and then you've found your palm, the back of your hand somewhere on your leg. So for me, this feels like far enough down. I could come down to hold my toe. I don't need to though, so I'm just going to, it feels like this is enough for me. So I'm coming to the mid-calf roughly, and I'm having both hands open. So my palms are open, and my chest, I'm feeling the energy moving from my heart space, from my chest area, through my hands, and feeling the prana moving down and the prana moving up. So there's a kind of symmetry to it. And then this hip here is opening slightly. Then feeling a lifting through the top, so the top arm is being lifted up, and then coming, and we can loosen the knee again as well. That's quite nice to loosen the knee there, so you're not locking up the knee. And coming with the arms flat out, and then back onto the hips, and then we can turn around. And now we will do the other side, but first we're going to do Prasarita Pasottasana, which is like, said it was a garbled way, but basically it's a wide leg forward fold. So this one, blocks are really useful, or bricks. So you can have, you might not need them. You might be able to reach the floor absolutely fine. But you've got your feet apart, like as they were with Trikonasana, but you might want blocks, so you can use books at home. So you're coming here, so you're starting up on your hips, like this, with your hands on your hips, taking a breath in, lifting up, pelvic floor, tummy muscles, exhaling forward, so you've got a flat back. You're bending your knees really slightly, so you're not locking up the back of the knees. Placing your hands on the blocks or on the mat, so either, so see what's comfortable, and then start to bring yourself down as far as your body can go. And then if you're feeling like you can come all the way down, your hands are in line with your feet. So if you're up on the blocks, you might be just going down as far as you can. So it's just see how it is. So this is a lovely wide leg stretch. And then when we're ready to come back up, bring your hands back to, so your arms straight again. Bend your knees slightly. Bring your hands to your hips, lifting through your pelvic floor and your abdominal muscles. And with strength, protecting your lower back, coming back up. Fantastic. That's great. Okay, so then we're turning round the other way. So your left foot is now straight, and your right foot is just slightly clipped in, and you're lifting through the arch of the right foot. Okay, so we're going to bend the knee. So remembering that the heel and the arch are in line with each other. They're like on one straight line. So you're going to bend the knee, put the hands out like this, move yourself forward, straighten your knee, and then find a place that is right for you for Trikonasana. So with me, I do it with my palms out like I did last time, and the energy is coming from the heart right through the hands with open palms, and this encouraging this hip to open. And we're just holding ourselves there. It can be taught, if you feel like it's too much, it can be taught with placing your hand on a block. But I actually don't teach it like that because I don't want the pressure like to be held there. For me, it feels like we're holding ourselves upright from the tummy, but if it's too much, you can use a block. Taking lots of, lovely deep breaths, remembering this is an asana, this is a posture, one of the oldest postures. And then bring yourself back up, feeling that reaching through the top arm, and then coming with the leg straight, the arm straight, bend the leg slightly, and then bring yourself back round. Lovely, great. Okay, so we're going to heel toe in just a little bit, and then come, we're going to come into a squat. So bringing your feet are more than shoulder width. So they're about like if you watch mine. And they're going to have the hands out and then gently come down. So really lifting through your pelvic floor, because we're not wanting everything to feel like it's falling out. It's just lifting up. And then gently, slowly coming down. This might not work for you. So you might just want to find yourself sitting on the mat. And that's fine. But if you can, you're coming into a yogi squat. So you're lifting up. You're kind of drawing in your tummy, your navel back to spine, and you're holding your hands together at the heart in prayer. And if you find you can't squat like that, that's totally fine, because you can get your books or blocks, whatever it is. And you can place 1 or 2 blocks down so that you're almost like you're wearing high heels. So you can lifting up your heels to give yourself a little bit, so you're not feeling like you're falling back, or that you're going to have to squat on tiptoes. And just take a couple of breaths, opening up the hips. Okay, and then we're going to find ourselves down onto the mat. That's lovely, fantastic. Okay. So finding yourself onto the mat, and we're in Dandasana. So in this bit, it's great to move if you have any padding on your bottom. You can move it behind you, because it kind of like slightly supports you, or you can use a block or just a little cushion to help tilt the pelvis while you're in Dandasana, because it can be quite a strong posture. So this is staff posture, another of the ancient postures. So lifting with this, from the base right through the crown of the head, and lovely straight legs with flexed feet, and your hands by your side, looking at your toes. So your drishti, your eye gaze, is pada drishti. So that means your feet. Pada is your feet. So looking at your toes in staff posture. So breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, relaxing down. Breathing in, breathing out. And now we're going to bring in the hands. So we're going to come forward with a straight back. So we have a straight back, and it might be that you can touch your toes. So it might be that you can touch your toes, and you press with your peace fingers, and you press your thumbs into your toenails, your big toenails, and that might be fine. Otherwise, you might just be here. You might just be holding yourself on your shins, or I've actually got a strap, but it could be that you have a scarf or a belt or something at home, and you just hold with a strap. So we're doing Mahamudra. So this is the Great Seal. So Maha being great, like Maharaja, the king. So and mudra means seal of energy. So like mudra, like a chin mudra or something like that. So we're feeling the energy, inhaling from the toes to the heart, and then exhaling from the heart through the hands to the toes. And so we're a seal of energy going on. So with the breath, inhaling, toes to heart, exhaling, heart through the hands to the toes. Inhaling to the heart, exhaling from the heart to the toes. Inhaling, toes to heart through the legs. Exhaling, heart to the toes through the hands or the arms. So keeping this circle of energy going for a while, wherever you are, even if you've just got your hands rested on your shins, that's fine. And then we'll begin to move forward into Paschimottanasana. So this is inhaling, and then exhaling, softening. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Remember, if you're using a strap, you'll just be gently bring yourself a little bit further down. We don't need to yank ourselves. It's very gentle. Inhale through the ground. Exhale, softening. Any of these forward folds, there's a real lengthening on the inhale and a softening on the exhale. And then on the exhale, we'll bring ourselves back up and place ourselves back up, and we will place the hands behind us and place the knees up, and then we're just going to go from side to side. That's great. So we're just kind of rocking out the back, rocking out the knees, which is kind of helping release the hips. Okay, so then we're going to come forward and bring ourselves down. So it's a bit like holding a ball or something, and start to exhale down and really engage your tummy muscles. Inhale up, exhale down. So protecting your lower back. This is real tummy exercise now. So inhale up, exhale down. Abdominals lifting through the pelvic floor, feeling the strength all around here. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale up and exhale. Lovely. And then bringing yourself down onto the mat. And we're going to come up and bring your knees into the chest because you've done a bit of a back stretch. So you do forward fold with Paschimottanasana, and now we're going to rock out as a counter posture, just rocking out your back. And then taking the hands on the knees and rotate the knees around, and then the other way. Exhaling as the knees come towards you, and then placing the feet down on the mat. Okay, let's take the right leg up, and we're putting the right ankle over the left thigh, so near the left knee. We're bringing our hands underneath and taking hold of the left thigh, the back of the left thigh. And so this is a reclined pigeon posture, it gets called, or like I'll show you how it goes. You're doing the leg cradle, the number 4 legs, and you're exhaling your legs towards you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. So there's a lovely kind of movement. When you exhale, you allow the legs to come a little bit closer towards you. It feels really amazing on your, well, hopefully it feels amazing on your glute muscles. You can just gently bring it in. So it's a little bit gentler than if you do the full pigeon, if you know pigeon. If you do full pigeon, it's gentler because you've got a little bit more control over how intense the stretch is. And then placing the feet down again. And we'll take the left ankle over the right quad here. Top of the thigh, the front of the thigh. Breath in and exhaling the legs towards you. I have my left foot is flexed. It just feels like it's giving a bit more integrity to the exercise. Exhaling, feeling the stretch in all this area here, the stretch around here, your buttocks all the way around. Down up your thigh. You might even be feeling it in the calf area as well. And some people actually like to take the hands over the shin. Exhaling the legs towards you and then releasing down. That's lovely, great. So that feels like a really nice stretch in the thighs, in the outside of the hips, outside the hip area. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands into a T. So they're coming out from the heart in line with the shoulders. And we're going to do gentle twists. So the head can go one way and the knees can go the other way. Exhaling, inhale up and exhale over. Up and exhale. The props are encroaching on me. So my head is always going the opposite direction. So you're looking out over. And twists are so good for your organs and just the flexibility of your spine. So you're taking your hips and your spine in the opposite direction. It's just, you're twisting around and it's just really good for your keeping yourself supple, and it decreases the risk of injury from when you're carrying things, and it's just a great way of looking after your body. Okay, so bringing yourselves back to centre, so your knees are facing upright, and we'll have one last knee hug before coming into happy baby and coming down into final relaxation. So happy baby is where you hold your feet and then rock gently from side to side if you want to. So you're taking hold. If you need to, you can actually take hold of a strap and you can use the strap like this. So strap, remember, it could be a belt or a scarf, and you could just be using the strap and then using the strap if you want to come into a wide leg positioned Supta Pasarita Pasottasana. So that's the reclining. Supta means reclining. Or you can take hold of your toes if you can, or take hold of here. Take hold between your thighs. We can have a little wide leg moment as well. Or then coming back into happy baby, where you can take the outside edges or the inside edges. And really rock around. And then beginning to bring yourself down into final relaxation. So this is Shavasana. This is the corpse posture. And you can just totally relax here for a bit. So we're just going to be here for a short while. But it's really, really important part of the practice, because it helps the body properly engage and properly integrate what's been happening. So the sympathetic nervous system has been getting ourselves really going, and now we want to engage our parasympathetic. So really relaxing the body. So allowing ourselves to fully relax into Shavasana is super important. If you have anything like a bolster, you can use that. And if you have anything that could be used like an eye pillow, or something to put over your eyes, you can use that as well. And you can stay here for as long as you want. You can just decide, you can turn the video off if you want, and you can just have a really nice long relaxation. I highly recommend that. In fact, I would really approve of that. So, bringing yourself into a lovely comfortable position with a blanket. And you can just totally relax. And just allow your body and mind to completely soften and rest. Any thoughts that come, they'll just come and go. So you can see them as with any emotions or sensations in the body. You can just see them like clouds in the sky, just coming and going. They won't stay around, they'll just move through. And remembering that, the sky is symbolism of your great, open, expansive, true self. So any of those clouds, they won't penetrate, they will just come and go. And your body is feeling incredibly heavy on the mat. So feeling the heaviness of gravity. And feeling the mat and the earth beneath the mat supporting you. This deep relaxation right from the crown of your head, right to the soles of your feet. And there's a deep relaxation at the heart center, in your chest. Deep relaxation around your hips. Just allowing yourself to fully and completely relax. You can stay here for as long as you like. Keep relaxing, resting. Bringing yourself out of the relaxation very slowly when you're ready, but just when you're ready. There's no rush. And if you found you've moved from relaxation to sitting, you can join me. But if you're still lying down, you're welcome. Please take rest. To close the practice, I'm going to finish with 3 rounds of the Om vibration, and then finishing with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this practice. Thank you for watching. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, then please do. I'll be making lots more yoga videos, all sorts of different ones. Lots of love, and thank you for joining me. And hope to see you again soon. Bye.